Welcome, dear pilgrims, to the sacred journey of Kailash Parikrama. Today we take our first steps around the eternal throne of Lord Shiva, where the silence of the Himalayas becomes prayer, and every breath turns into devotion. On the way to Yamdwar, pilgrims arrive at Taboche, one of the most sacred points of the entire Kailash region. The moment you step here, the landscape transforms. The valley is alive with endless waves of Tibetan prayer flags, tied from every rock, pole, and slope, fluttering in the sharp Himalayan wind like a million prayers taking flight. At the center stands the great Taboche flagpole, a towering mast that is renewed each year during the Saga Dawa festival, a celebration of Lord Buddha's birth, enlightenment, and nirvana. During this festival, thousands of Tibetans and pilgrims gather here, raising the giant flagpole in a grand ritual, believing that as high as the pole reaches, so too do their prayers rise to the heavens. It is said that with every flutter of these colorful flags, blue for sky, white for air, red for fire, green for water, and yellow for earth, the blessings of compassion and peace are carried by the wind across mountains, rivers, and all living beings. For many, Taboche is the first true reminder that the Kailash Yatra is not merely a physical trek, but a spiritual crossing into the divine. Here, the pilgrim pauses, breathes deeply, and feels the presence of something greater, as if the very mountains are listening. Standing amidst the silence of cliffs and the whisper of flags, one realizes that every step forward from Taboche is not just a step on the earth, but a step closer to the eternal. From here, the path leads onward, toward the mysterious gateway of Yamdwar, the threshold of Lord Yama himself. As we move beyond Taboche, we arrive at the sacred Yamdwar, known as the gateway of Yama, the Lord of Death. In Tibetan, it is called the Chotan Kangni, meaning the stupa with two legs. For Hindus, this is not just a stone gateway, it is the symbolic threshold between the mortal world and the divine realm of Lord Shiva. Every pilgrim, before beginning the great Parikrama of Mount Kailash, must first pass through this gate. Stepping across Yamdwar is believed to represent the death of the ego, the surrender of pride, attachments, and worldly desires. Only after this symbolic death can one truly walk in the presence of the sacred mountain. At Yamdwar, you will see prayer flags draped in every direction, stone cans placed as offerings, and often yak skulls or carved wooden poles, all serving as reminders of life's impermanence. Tibetans believe that the souls of the departed pass through this very gate on their journey to the next world. For Hindu pilgrims, this moment is especially profound. Passing through Yamdwar is like entering Shiva's own threshold. Many bow down, touch the earth, and chant Om Namah Shivaya, praying for liberation, peace for their ancestors, and blessings for their journey ahead. It is said that those who walk through Yamdwar with a pure heart are freed from the burden of past karma, and their steps on the Parikrama become steps toward moksha, ultimate liberation. Thus, Yamdwar is not only the official starting point of the Kailash Parikrama, but also the spiritual doorway where the earthly self dissolves, and the journey into the presence of the eternal begins. Amidst the vast silence of the Himalayas, we feel the gentle blessings of Parvati Mata, the eternal embodiment of Shakti. As Mount Kailash rises as the abode of Lord Shiva, the sacred valleys around it flow with the divine grace of Devi Parvati. Every step we take on this parikrama is a step with her energy. The air, the stones, the mountains, everything vibrates with Shakti, guiding and protecting all who walk this holy path. Himalayan pickup. For every pilgrim, the stretch of the journey is a reminder. The body may feel the weight of the altitude, but the heart feels lighter with devotion. Each breath here is a prayer, each step is an offering, and each glance at the mighty peaks is a glimpse into eternity. Pilgrims believe that sighting a picker during the Kailash Yatra is a blessing. It is said that this little creature reminds us of the balance of nature, that even the smallest beings have their role in the grand creation of Lord Shiva. In its silence, in its playfulness, and in its resilience, the picker carries the message of endurance, humility, and divine protection. Around Mount Kailash, some Tibetan pilgrims perform the sacred prostration kora. With each step, they stretch flat on the ground, rise, and move forward. This act of deep devotion may take weeks, yet it is believed to cleanse lifetimes of karma and bring immense spiritual merit. From Yamdwar, the path slowly winds along the banks of the Lachu River, a river born from the glaciers of Mount Kailash itself. Its waters are icy and crystal clear, flowing with the timeless energy of the Himalayas. Every ripple, every stream, feels like a hymn to the divine. The trail is broad, but the air is already thin. We stand at an altitude of nearly 4,600 meters above sea level. Each step requires effort, yet each step feels guided, as if Shiva himself walks beside us. To one side, towering cliffs rise like natural fortresses, their ancient stones echoing untold stories. To the other side stretch open valleys where yaks graze peacefully, their bells jingling softly in the cold wind. The harmony between silence and sound here is mesmerizing. The stillness of this place is powerful, broken only by the rhythm of pilgrims' footsteps, the soft clinking of prayer beads, the occasional murmur of mantras, and the ever-present chant, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. As we walk, we realize that this is no ordinary trail. The very air feels charged with a sacred presence. Many say that in these valleys, the mountains themselves are alive, silently watching, blessing, and welcoming those who walk with faith. For every pilgrim, the stretch of the journey is a reminder. The body may feel the weight of the altitude, but the heart feels lighter with devotion. Each breath here is a prayer, each step is an offering, and each glance at the mighty peaks is a glimpse into eternity. The Lachu carries us forward, step by step, toward our first destination, Dirapuk Monastery, where the north face of Mount Kailash will reveal itself in all its glory. After beginning our parikrama from Yamdwar and walking through the rocky trails, we finally come face to face with one of the most majestic sights of this sacred journey, the west face of Mount Kailash. The west face is considered the most mysterious and spiritual among the four faces of Kailash. Unlike the other sides, here the mountain stands broad, powerful, and silent, almost like a divine fortress carved by the hands of Lord Shiva himself. Pilgrims describe the west face as the face of power, symbolizing endurance, protection, and the strength to overcome challenges. Its appearance is different from the south or north. The slopes here look like massive stone steps rising towards the sky, as though inviting us closer to the abode of the divine. This part of the journey is around 7 kilometers from Yamdwar to Derapuk. On the way, we see small tea tents set up by locals, simple resting places where pilgrims can sip warm tea to recharge their energy. Sitting there, with the west face of Kailash rising before your eyes, is a divine experience beyond words. The west face is also closely associated with meditation and transformation. Many sages and seekers believe that this side radiates an energy that cleanses the inner self, helping pilgrims leave behind their past burdens and move forward with purity. Standing here, as the cold winds of Tibet brush against your face, you may feel the presence of something greater, something eternal. The west face does not just show us the mountain, it reveals to us the strength and silence of Lord Shiva himself.
ईशान निर्वाण रूपम् विभुं व्यापकं ब्रह्मवेद स्वरूपम् निजं निर्गुणं निर्विकल्पं निरीहम् चिदाकाशमाकाशवासं भजेऽहम् निराकारमोङ्कारमूलं तुरीयम् गिराज्ञानगोपीतमीशं गिरीशम् करालं महाकालकालं कृपालुम् गुणागार संसारपारं नतोऽहम् तुषाराद्रिसङ्काशगौरं गभीरम् मनोभूतकोटिप्रभाश्रीशरीरम् स्फुरन्मौलिकल्लोलिनी चारुगङ्गा